What's going on, everybody? Joel's back with another reasoning sesh where I challenge the status quo of the wisdom of the world and the church by diving deep into the ancient scriptures, uncovering those meanings glossed over by translations and traditions, really cutting to the core of the metaphysical aspects of these ancient texts and applying them practically to situations in our present day so that we can manifest our best life yet and enter into that new earth reality, literally Earth 2.0. And today I'm going to be talking about why it is that I blow the shofar at some of these events and why it really is that sound of victory.
Come now and let us reason together. Come now, we can talk it over.
But before I begin, I gotta say, if you like these videos, give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe for more, and stay tuned because as we accelerate forward, we literally have that power of the living logos propelling us from our heart space into manifesting our fullest destiny so that we can actually be the agents in place for the kingdom of heaven and live the life that we know that we deserve. We don't deserve anything less than that victory. And speaking of victory, let's see why the text says that the shofar is the sound of victory. There's actually many references to this throughout the scriptures, but the main one that I want to highlight is, of course, the well-known story of Joshua and the walls of Jericho. Now, in the story, we see that Yehoshu was leading the children of Israel out of the wilderness to take the land of Canaan, and one of the first city-states that they actually conquered was Jericho. But it was such a major city, and the walls around it were so thick and impenetrable that even the city of Jericho being shut up on account of the fear they had for the children of Israel, that even they couldn't come in and go out. So Yehoshu seeks from Yahweh an answer as to how to conquer this city. And the answer comes back that you shall compass the city, all you men of war, and go around about the city once. Thus shall you do for 6 days. And 7 priests shall bear before the ark, that's the ark of the covenant, literally the manifest presence of source, 7 trumpets of ram's horns, that's the shofarot. And the 7th day you shall compass the city 7 times, and the priests shall blow with the trumpets. And it shall come to pass that when they shall make a long blast with the ram's horn, or the shofar, and when you hear the sound of the trumpet, all the people shall shout with a great shout, and the wall of the city shall fall down flat, and the people shall ascend up every man straight before him. So they go ahead and do this. And it came to pass at the 7th time, when the priests blew with the trumpets, Yehoshu said unto the people, Shout, for Yahweh has given you the city. And of course, in terms of marching, there is a resonance factor at play here. And they used to do this during the Roman Empire all the time to bring down bridges. Literally march in unison, and those vibrations would literally create a resonance factor that would break those bridges. But it's the symbol that actually manifests through the causal realm into our physical time-space experience of reality. We can fight with the physical and try to come up with all these physical means to an end, but actually when we tap into the causal means, that's when we transcend the physical and all of the physical stuff comes into play, and even more so, because it's the causal realm that actually manifests that physical experience. And talking about these trumpets, there's just one more verse that I want to highlight when Moses is actually getting instructions to make special trumpets to blow for alarms and to call assemblies. But this is one of the main things that Yahweh has to say about the trumpets. And if you go to war in your land against the enemy that oppresses you, then you shall blow an alarm with the trumpets, and you shall be remembered before Yahweh your God, and you shall be saved from your enemies. That's literally the sound of Yahweh's covenant. Literally bringing into remembrance that agreement that Yahweh has to protect the just and actually fight in terms of this seed and harvest. Whatever the enemies put out as seed, they're going to reap that harvest. And whatever you put in as seed, trusting Yahweh, trusting this intricate interweb of all things sown have to be harvested. That kind of generative principle of our physical experience of reality. When you really go with that as your banner, then all the harvests that follow are in line with that. Hey guys, Editor Joel here, and I just wanted to share something that I didn't share in the original recording, where at the end, when they actually conquered Jericho, Joshua adjured them at that time, the children of Israel, saying, "Cursed be the man before Yahweh that rises up and builds this city Jericho. He shall lay the foundation thereof in his firstborn, and in his youngest son shall he set up the gates of it." And this curse actually came to pass in the days of King Ahav and Eliyahu the prophet. Hiel built it, and his youngest died, and his oldest. And Jericho was the only city where they actually announced their victory with the shofars like that. And that was a place with a curse on it because of it. It was so conquered. In other words, we'll so conquer our situations that if they rise up again, they are absolutely cursed. That is how much victory is there. Anyway, we'll get back to the original recording now. So I just wanted to address that in this video. It really is a sound of victory. It really is a sound that is unlike any other. And when we tap into that, we can actually manifest from that space and literally cause changes in the physical that could never happen by us trying to line up these physical events. When we call source into the picture, when we call that divine scale of justice on the scene, that's when all things work out beyond any egoic expectations. So tap into that. Be aware that this is the victory we have. Receive it now because it's yours as an inheritance, and reclaim that sovereignty. Really step up as more than conquerors, because it's really in Christ that we are heirs to this same authority. So I love you guys. I'll check you in a future reasoning sesh. Joel signing out once again. Agape. Salaam. Namaste. Shalom.